Tell me something about you. Take me through your profile. Walk me through your resume. Almost in every interview, the most common question asked by the interviewer is one of these. There might be different ways of putting it across, but the main objective behind asking this question is always the same. By asking this question, the interviewer wants to get a glimpse of your communication skills, your body language, your personality, attitude, and to get an overview of your experience to see how you fit into the job which you are interviewing for. How you answer this question becomes one of the deciding factors on how the interview might conclude. So you should always be well prepared in advance with a sweet and short introduction about yourself, which makes the process easier. We all have our own version of introducing ourselves, and there is no right or wrong way of answering this question. However, you can still make a few changes in order to introduce yourself more effectively that will leave a lasting impression on the interviewer. In today's video, I will be sharing 4 important things to keep in mind that will definitely help you in preparing for an amazing introduction about yourself, which you can later customize for any interview going forward. So without any further ado, let's begin. The first thing to do is research and practice. Make sure you have done your homework before the interview. A proper research on the company is a must. You should have an idea on the vision and mission of the company you are interviewing for, what kind of products they deal with, the internal tools and techniques they use, etc. You can get a lot of information regarding this from their website and their social media pages. You must also look for the interviewer's LinkedIn profile whom you will be meeting in the interview. Look for their About section in LinkedIn and get to know them. Go through their work experience and understand their professional background. From the skills and endorsement section of their LinkedIn profile, you can get to know about their expertise. By doing so, you will be able to build a connection with the interviewers while answering their questions during the interview. You should also do a proper research on the job you are interviewing for so that you are well aware of the mandatory skills required for this job and you have a clear understanding on what your daily responsibilities will include. A question might pop up in your head. How does it help me in introducing myself in a better way by researching about the company, the interviews, and the job? Well, a proper research on all these things that I just mentioned will give you the confidence and a positive feeling because now you can relate your current work experience and skills to the job you are interviewing for. So now when you are introducing yourself, you can include the skills, responsibilities, accomplishments, and your expertise relevant to what the job demands and what the interviewer is expecting to hear from you. The second important thing to keep in mind is fake it till you make it. If you are a recent graduate and this is your first interview, or you have a couple of years of real-time work experience and this is your 10th interview, you still get butterflies in your stomach, isn't it? At least I do. Most of us are nervous when we enter the interview room. A little nervousness is completely okay, but if you are shaky and too scared, then you might tend to forget everything you prepared for this day and you will mess it up pretty badly. So it's better to fake it and act confident until you start introducing yourself. So what exactly you should be doing to fake it, or in other words, how to hide your nervousness? The first thing to do is enter the room with a subtle smile, no matter how scared you are, and then walk confidently towards the interviewer, followed by a firm handshake and a formal greeting. By doing so, you have now already created an impression on the interviewer, and he is now definitely looking forward to talk to you and know more about you. Number 3. Who knows you better than you? So until here, you have done a proper research about the company, the hiring manager, you also understand the job description, you have prepared a resume that reflects your expertise, and you were also successful in hiding your nervousness as soon as you entered the interview room by faking it or just by being who you are. Now you will just have to introduce yourself to some random person. As simple as that. How difficult it could be because it's you talking about you. Maintain an eye contact with the managers and remember to have a subtle smile on your face while talking about yourself. Keep your introduction precise, short, and sweet. You should start with your name followed by your most recent and relevant work experience, including 1 or 2 major accomplishments which you have achieved while working there. This part is very important because here you can explain the interviewer why you are unique compared to the other candidates and how your experience can add value to the role you are interviewing for. You can talk about some major contributions you made in the past or problems you solved which has profited the organization. Finally, you should talk about your highest educational qualification and certifications or training programs which are relevant to the job, and then conclude the introduction by emphasizing on why you are the right fit for the job. If you are a recent graduate and you don't have any real-time work experience, then begin with your highest educational qualification, followed by your projects or your internships. Let me share a couple of examples. Let's say you are a robotics engineer with 5 years experience interviewing with an ABC company. So this is how you should begin with. My name is John Dsouza and I am a robotics engineer at XYZ for the past 5 years. I am currently working on a humanoid robot and have developed a centralized modulator control and also tested the framework for 2 other humanoid robots. Beside my daily responsibilities, I have also developed an autonomous algorithm for a different team based on the reinforcement learning concept, which allows an automatic optimization and learning of the parameters in a robotic process. I have completed my master's degree in computer science engineering with a specialization in computer vision and virtual reality. With my expertise in working with both real-time and simulation robots, I hope to make an impact in the areas of robotics and artificial intelligence. This is an example of how you can introduce yourself if you are an experienced professional. Let's say you are a recent graduate and you are interviewing for a trainee software developer or a junior software developer role, and the required skills for the job are C++ and Python. So this is how you should begin with. My name is John Dsouza and I am an engineering graduate specialized in computer science engineering from XY2 University. I have used C++ from the first year of my bachelor's degree, where I learned the programming fundamentals at a low level like data types, flow control, pointers, and memory management. I have widely used C++ throughout my final year projects, where I studied more complex concepts such as paradigms, inheritance, overloading, and applied all this knowledge to more advanced programming classes. During my internship at XYZ company, I got a chance to work with Python for data analysis. I have developed a new concept for the human-machine interface used in the packaging machines which the company manufactures, and analyzed the performance of the machines through Python scripting. I can definitely see my future focusing on software development as it lies within my strengths and combines software engineering with communication, design, and user understanding. So these are one of the ways of introducing yourself precisely based on your research on the company, the interviewer, and the job you are interviewing for. Talking about your family background and your hobbies are optional. I personally prefer to talk about those when asked for. But if you feel it necessary, then please go ahead and talk about your family. Make sure you introduce yourself using a storytelling mode and don't stretch it to more than a minute or 2. You can also use limited hand gestures, but don't be too animated. Number 4. Be prepared for follow-up questions. Now, since you spoke about your roles and responsibilities in your current organization, how you have helped a different team, etc., so now the interviewer might follow up with specific questions regarding your current responsibilities or projects which you are working on. In that case, you will now need to support your claim with proofs in the form of examples. Be prepared to provide specific examples surrounding your greatest accomplishments and some of the largest problems you have solved. One way to answer soft skill or behavioral questions is to use the STAR interview technique. I have already made a video on behavioral questions and STAR interview method. If you have not watched that video, then please check it out. I will share a link in the description box below. I hope this video was helpful and you got some valuable insight on how you should prepare yourself to answer the most common question, "Tell me something about you." If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel and press the bell notification so that you won't miss out on any future videos that I put across every week. So until then, goodbye and see you all in the next video.